And welcome to week number 6 of the BRL NASCAR Cup Series here at Daytona. It looks like they're going to drive the course circuit here tonight, so a little bit different variety for the NASCAR show, but nonetheless, here racing in action tonight. I'm SSR Mayhem, and hopefully tonight I'll have my co-partner SSR Hillbilly with me, but if not, I'm here to take care of the show tonight as well, and bring you here the action. So in a few moments here we're going to be doing qualifying. It looks like about a 3-lap qualifier is begun, so we're getting prepared for all that here tonight. It looks like a field of 11 cars here tonight. A few more than last week. We might see some more as people come along, but like we always say, the more the merrier here. So 3 laps of qualifying about to begin. There's 3 stages of racing tonight, 2 9-lappers, and then a final 18-lap shootout for the final stage. Last week was nothing but thrills and spills at COTA, and so hopefully looking for the same type of quality action here tonight at Daytona. So here we go, the outlap has begun, the drivers are set to go. They just had about 20 minutes of practice, so we're going to see here what the drivers might do as the race is right around the corner. So qualifying does commence, 11 drivers on the track. Let's see how things go. And so here we go. Lap number 1 is on the way. And Ultimate Fry is who we're riding with since the start of this. We're going to see what type of lap he can put down here. As we didn't see him last week. This is the first time that we're going to get a little glimpse of him. You see EGC Adlerfer out there as well. Wasn't there last week as either. Looking forward to see what he can possibly do here tonight. Bring the load time back up there. Sorry about that, everyone. And we'll actually fix that a little bit. It's just lap times. Here we go. Looks like a couple of the drivers, Gino, and I believe that was Bartle, that looks like they're going to be scratched qualifying. Not sure what seems to be the issue there for them, but they will probably have to start from the tail end of the field here tonight. Alright, and Ultimate Fry comes across the line, and he will take the 6th fastest time so far, as a couple other drivers are coming through the field. We're going to ride with last week's winner, Ring, and he's back in action here tonight, number 3 machine right there. Oh, touches a tire. Those tires are a little bit bumpy. Gotta be careful with them. So far, Lucky Baseball currently the fastest time from the first lap of qualifying. Another guy we didn't see last week as well, putting down some good times. Coming across the line for Ring. Takes second, right behind Lucky Baseball. Your boys back in action here tonight. He was driving number 90 machine last week. Let's pull out the number 77 car this week. Swapping cars around. He'll finish it up. And RLS Jr., who had a lag out last week, crossing the line there late. Looks like somebody did, however, lag out, so we're probably going to wait for that driver to pop on in. But so far here, the qualifying results. A few of the drivers got some dirty times. But nonetheless, Lucky Baseball will be your quick qualifier for 144.494, so he'll lead the field in the Ford. Right behind him, it looks like, well, it is Ring with the 144.731. And let's see anyone else come close to that. Looks like TK, last week's hard, probably the most disappointing out of the entire field last week, who was probably the favorite to win at the end. Dakota looks like he got the third fastest time of a 145.627. So those are your top 3 drivers qualifying. Now 32 laps, 9 laps apiece for the first 2 stages. I believe the last 18 laps is going to be, I don't know if it's the last, I'm sure it's the last 18. I'll have to find out for sure. Excuse me, will be the final stage. A good field of cars here tonight, a little bit bigger of a group, so it's nice to see as well. Hopefully we'll get the other driver back in here momentarily. I'm going to take a brief moment to take a minute here before we get started, as they are probably getting everything set up and ready to go. Once again, this is week number 6 of the BRL NASCAR series, so looking forward to the action here tonight. we're back here. It looks like Gino was the one that we were waiting on. Looks like the field is set. Lucky Baseball is going to lead our field here to green. And number 0, Ali Machine. So looking forward to seeing what he's got to offer tonight. Setting the fastest time on the track. And once again, I'm SSR Mayhew bringing you week 6 action here at Daytona. So it should be a good field of cars. Don't really have an idea on some of the drivers, as you know, some of these guys weren't here last week. But it should be a good field of racing nonetheless. 6 laps of action. So yep, we have 2 stages of 9 laps, and then the final stage will be 18 laps. So it should be a good race here tonight. So you're going to watch these guys race really hard in the first couple of stages, probably mellow out stage number 3. Possibility of waiting on a couple more drivers here, so I'm just giving them all a little bit of time to get set up, probably get a little bit of a restroom break, get a glass of water. It's a long race, you never know what you might need as a driver. When fuel, pit stops take effect, things happen. It's gonna be an interesting race here tonight with a little bit bigger field than last week, so definitely gonna be interesting to watch. Get going here. Looks like I'm gonna have to spectate. Looks like they added another lap to the track for the pace lap, so just let them load on in, and then I'll pop in with them. Alright, so we're getting in now, and we'll get ready for 36 laps of action. So here's the pace lap. Starting on the front row, it will be Lucky Baseball. Right behind him, TK, following Ultimate Fry, Gino, EGC Adlifer, Redneck, Dead Assassin, RLS Jr., Blue Boys Havens, and looks like there's an issue. Someone probably didn't load in. Okay, so we wait to see what happens here. And it looks like that was the case, so trying to get the driver back into the track again. And if you're just tuning in, this is week number 6 of the BRL NASCAR series. This is our mayhem, bringing you your live action here tonight at Daytona, the sports car circuit. Lucky Baseball on the pole for tonight's race. Not sure what happened. I think Ring might have had an issue getting into the race. So we're going to see if that's the case. Once again, to give you guys a little bit of rundown of this league here. These are a group of guys who formed together as one unit. Said, you know, we're gonna put a league together. They run some F1 series. They've done some other things. And this is one of their first ever NASCAR series. You know, Hillbilly, who's not here with me this week, you know, we talked about last week. You know, new series, whether it's a rookie organization, a veteran organization, you know, anything. It's always great to see new leagues emerge, giving different skill sets of drivers an opportunity to compete and to see what they're made of, to form their own racecraft over a portion of time. And, you know, it's always nice to see people new get involved. And a lot of these drivers, I've never, you know, met them personally before. A couple years that I've been a part of the Forza community. You know, I've seen a couple of them in some public hoppers, and we've talked about that. And if you're looking to get involved in a league and you're concerned about you're not too fast enough, don't be afraid to take a jab into it, because you're never going to get better if you don't try, if you don't put yourself out there. And there's Ring right there as he gets back in. You got to give yourself the chance, and you know, some of these newer leagues, it gives you a little bit less of a concern to get really competitive. It kind of lets you get your gelling, and that's what it's all about. And over time, you know, as the league grows and you grow as a driver, things emerge. So never say never give up trying, especially if you want to get involved in stuff like this. It's always awesome to see new faces, and we love to see it. We talk about Turtle Fast back in the MEA series and how much he grew as a driver, and a few of the other drivers, for that matter of fact. You know, BM Adler Girl, and MNR Elgard, who's now MRT Elgard. And, you know, it's fun to see new faces, people you don't see every day, get involved, to give themselves a chance to grow as a driver. So that's what it's all about. Obviously, everyone's goal is to win a title, to win a championship. For many others, it's about getting better and being competitive. And for some other people, just like having fun. They like clean, competitive racing, and that's what it's all about. So we're going to go on a pace lap here for 36 laps of action. Run down the race, starting on the front row, the number 0 machine, Ali. That would be Lucky Baseball. Right behind him, last week's winner at Coda, the number 3 machine of Ring, right there. Third should be TK. I'm not positive on that, but he will start in 3rd position as well. The number 15 machine following them. Last week's most consistent driver, number 46, Gino Maximus, starting in the 5th position. Ultimate Fry making his first appearance since I've been here the last 2 weeks. Last week, a really strong competitor couldn't get enough of the car to get him to the front to give him a shot to win. Almost was there, not enough. Sitting in the 6th position, the Redneck Soldier. Right behind him, I believe he's one of the main guys here at BRL, and he's running in the number 14 machine Toyota. That would be EGC Adlifer. Right behind him, the Dead Assassin here in action in number 80 machine tonight. Right behind him right behind the number 2 Miller Lite machine is the RLS Junior, looking to kind of take back what last week took away from him, as he disconnected out mid-race last week. Had a really good car early mid-race, but we're going to see what he can do here tonight. Right behind him, your boy's Haven, back in action, number 77 machine, and Bartle Skeet, which we're just going to call him Bartle, the number 69 machine in the GoPro Mountain Dew Nationwide Chevrolet right there. So that's your field of 11 drivers here tonight. We're going to ride with TK at the start of this race. Now remember, there's 9 laps of stage racing, stage 1 and stage 2. So these guys are going to be fighting really hard, and they're going to be battling extremely hard to try to get to the front early so they get those early bonus points. And though we don't confirm that, we know that that's more likely the case, that they're competing for those extra points in stage racing. And then the final 18 laps will be the final stage of the race. We've seen how strong TK was last week, and it looks like Ring has lagged out again, so the field has to readjust. Ring will not be making the race unless they call it again to back out. Try to get him in here. So here we go. 10 drivers as Ring's connection couldn't hold. TK, Lucky Baseball on the front. Here we go. Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing at Daytona. And Lucky Baseball getting that good jump off the line. TK already going to work on the inside. Grabs the grass just a little bit there. Gino going 3 wide in the back of the pack with Dead Assassin. And I believe Redneck. So those guys are really battling hard early there. But the battle for the lead is on right now. TK all over the back bumper of Lucky Baseball as he goes to the outside, going into turns number 3 and 4. Can't hold on, but Lucky Baseball gets a little loose coming off the corner. Now, Redneck Soldier has moved up about a couple positions already himself as he's looking to challenge these guys to the front. He knows they're battling, but he's got some work cut out for him to get to that point. And right now, TK still working all over the backside of Lucky Baseball. If we pull up the race map, I believe EGC Adlerfer had a really rough start there, and you can see how far back he has gone since the beginning of this race. Has gone green, so unfortunate circumstances there for him. But right now, the battle for lead is on Lucky Baseball. TK, Soldier, 1, 2, 3. Dead Assassin, Gino Maximus, 4 and 5. So in the first lap of this race, the field has really jumped all around early, but the battle for the lead is still on here. And TK has played it a little aggressively, but he's played it a little safe as well. As here they go right through the bus stop now, heading into the final turns of the track. Lucky Baseball got a really good run coming out of that section, and he's got a really strong car in the back half of the track here. Saw TK how strong he was earlier in the lap. So I wonder if that's going to play out as these two go. And there we go. Lap number 1 goes to Lucky Baseball. Oh, Lucky, what is going on here? He goes right down through the infield. Not sure what just happened to Lucky Baseball there. And that'll give TK the lead. Lucky Baseball has dropped all the way back to last, cutting through the grass and stopping before turns 1 and 2. Not sure what just happened there, but right now We're riding with Redneck Soldier in the number 8 machine here. So we'll come back to the front later on. We're going to check a little back to see how LRS Jr.'s doing, as he's currently sitting in the 6th spot right now, right behind Ultimate Fry. You see Young Boys and Bartleskeet back there in 7th and 8th right now. Not sure if Lucky has gotten back in the car and moving yet. No, he has not. He's still sitting on the edge of the track. He's got to get going here. He wants to stay on the lead lap. Knows that there's stages, so I'm wondering if something came about and he had to stop real quick on the racetrack. You know, real life always plays its role as RLS Jr. goes to the inside of Bartle. I'm sorry, that was Ultimate Fry. And he will go a lap down. Lucky Baseball goes a lap down in this race. Really have no idea what happened to him. He was leading. He seemed like he had a really strong car. Gino all over the racetrack going through that first turn. Adlefer has moved all the way up now. It's about the 7th position after falling all the way back to the tail end of the field. Not a lot going on so far in this race. Dead Assassin currently in the 3rd spot. Lucky Baseball still sitting on the inside of the track. Not sure what's going on with him. He's now 2 laps down. Depending on what the rules are, he might not be able to run around as hard as he can during pacing laps after stages. Though the stages are beneficial, you don't want to be 2, 3, 4 laps down. I would think more so 5 to 6 laps down, especially if he's going to plan on keep on running. But you know, you're betting on caution, you're betting on the stages. You're trying to do everything possible to make sure that doesn't have to happen. But right now, being 2 laps down, he's already 2 stages to catch up. He's going to need to get the car going, though, if he wants to give himself a chance later in this race. Right now, Gino Maximus, we watched him last week, starting to put the moves on him. Dead Assassin, he's starting to gain a little ground. Gino's got a decent car, especially after watching him last week, a very consistent driver. See what he can do here as he challenges for the 3rd position right now, as those 2 go through the butt stop, getting a little sloppy off of the exit, but nonetheless still hanging tight between the both of them. Lucky Baseball will go down 3 laps now. Gino. That Assassin. 3-4 right now. They look like they're slowly catching on Redneck as well. TK is kind of taken off. Assassin not getting a good entry there, neither does Redneck coming out of exit. Gino got a nice consistent line, taps the back end of that Assassin. Assassin has the better line though, according to Forza Physics. And Gino is still on the outside. Now does he have enough momentum coming off the corner to stay with Assassin as they go side by side? Looks like Gino's got a nice run coming over the line. He'll get it by a hair going into lap number 7, but Gino not in the best spot to take over position. Does he try to cross over? It looks like Dead Assassin has put on a decent block there. Gino looks to the outside, backs off. Gino still over the back bumper of Assassin. Assassin now on the back side of Redneck. There's a 3-car battle has now unfolded. So after Redneck's lucky start, getting around all the traffic, he's now seeing a couple guys on the tail end of him starting to put on a show here. Oh, and that Assassin clips the grass and smacks right into the wall. And just like that, Assassin is now out of this little scuffle here, and Gino now goes to the inside as he challenged Redneck Soldier. Soldier not having a really good run here, struggling, trying to hang on. Oh, Gino gets to the back end of Redneck there. Redneck gets a little bit early on the brakes. Gino was not ready for it. And Redneck goes off the track. Gino with a good exit. Can he get a run on it? Oh, he's got a run on him. Does he look to the outside? I would hold that line, Gino. And he goes to the outside. Can he get a good run off the last corner there? 1 lap to go. Stage 1 coming to the wire. Lucky Baseball, 3 laps down. I believe he's back on the racetrack now, and he is. So Lucky Baseball gonna need to get some laps back. Gino will take the second position away from Redneck, who's struggled a lot in the first stage. Here's the man, though, last week. Oh! Almost got really loose coming off the edge there. The last week was showing that he had a really strong car coda before the incident between him and Gino. And looks like the strongness of this car is going to give him the first win of stage 1. And coming across the line, stage 1 winner, TK. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgot there was a pace lap. So this is the last lap of the stage 1. I apologize. sometimes you lose track of laps, pace laps like that. So excuse me for that, but going to the final stage here of lap 9. Redneck Soldier trying to hang on to what he has. Currently sitting third. Dead Assassin running fourth. Right behind him, RLS Jr., who's right there as well. He's come quite a ways from where he started. Putting that pressure on Dead Assassin. Can he get him though? As they come to the final lap around this track. So TK will take the stage 1 win, as he's done a dominating dominating fashion. Dino will get second. Redneck Soldier will take third, and it looks like Dead Assassin will sit for fourth, as Junior take 5th in stage 1. 6th looks like Ultimate Fry, but he's got EGC Azifer right on his tail. And he won't get him at the line. Bartle will come in 8th. Young Boys Haven will take 9th. I'm sorry, Your Boys. I always want to call them Young Boys. And Lucky Baseball's got a lot of laps to catch up now, so hopefully he can get back on that lead lap, because he definitely seemed to have a good car to challenge TK, or at least stay in front of TK at the end of the race. So we'll see what happens here as we get set for the next stage, but it's been very interesting to watch so far. Still running so hard, but let's see what it looks like. And now he's slowing it down, so we'll see what's happening here. Getting ready to get the field back together. We'll see what Lucky Baseball can do here. Not sure the rules of the league when it comes to being so many laps down, or even a lap down. So we're gonna see what they do for Lucky here. See if they let him get back in the lead lap or not for the next stage. So we'll ride along with Lucky until we see what happens here as the field gets back together still. You see them on the back straight there. So he's still going. Looks like everybody's taking a pit stop here. So drivers getting into the pits now, getting some fuel and tires, getting all set to go here for the next stage of the race. Is staying out on the track to take the lead, so it's going to be the race leader when we start the next stage. We watched him and Truex do this last week. Truex not with us this week, but can it be a better run for your boys here? Ultimate Fry catch up to the field now as well. Lucky Baseball still 2 laps down. If he can get around them before they get to the line, I think he'll have a good shot at getting back on the lead lap. He's got a little under half a tank of fuel, so he's going to have to do a lot here. Tires a little worn, nothing crazy yet. Definitely a driver to keep an eye on as the race progresses. No, I don't want to leave the race. So the drivers park to the side and let Lucky get another couple laps in, or will Lucky have to let his fate fall in the hands of the race? Lucky Baseball flinging around the track still. He's probably going to go to the inside. Oh no, they're putting him at the tail end of the field. He's not allowed to continue going around the track. So here we go. The next stage underway. Here we go. Your boys starts us off. Green, green, green. Lucky Baseball dives to the inside, taking already 4 positions. Though he is still a couple laps down, he is throwing his weight around, trying to get through these guys because he knows he needs to get to this. Well, get in front of these guys because the next stage is really important. He knows what he has to do. If he can get a lap down, he can probably get that lucky dog position back. So he's going to do everything he can right here to get back to the front, try to maintain pace. That is that. Currently sitting third. TK drops back to second. Redneck goes to the lead. Redneck didn't have a very strong first stage. He's got to calm down just a little bit if he wants to win stage 2. Go further back and see what these guys are doing. Bartle right there in the 7th spot. Haverford 9th. See Lucky Baseball going around dead assassin now for 3rd. Right now maintaining the lead. TK just kind of laying back. Lucky Baseball right there. 10th place car right now. Redneck is a little wide. Not what you want to see from Redneck as he struggled through pretty much midway on to the end of the first stage. He's got to calm down just a little bit. I think he's getting a little bit too aggressive with himself. You know Lucky Baseball's right there if you're TK. You know baseball is going to run as hard as he can at stage 2. Hopefully the car can hold out on fuel. If he can do that, he can get a pit stop in, get the lucky dog, get around everyone, get back in that lead lap. So you know he's going to do everything he can to try to get on the lead lap. And to the inside, TK gets loose. They bump side by side. Lucky likes seeing this. He's sitting there a few laps down. He knows he's got to get around these 2 guys to get back on the lap he wants to be on. The Lucky Baseball now trying to get around Redneck. So Lucky Baseball, though he's a couple laps down because of some type of earlier incident, or he had to pull off to the side of the road, he's now where he needs to be, but he has to track down TK here if he wants to go be at least one lap down heading into the final stage. You know TK's thinking, I gotta stay in front, keep these guys behind me, try to keep Lucky Baseball back, because Lucky had the fastest time qualifying. He looked like he had the strongest car after lap 1. So if Lucky can get around him, he's gonna have a good shot, at least in stage 3, to take a chance to make some moves, but he's got to get back on track. And right now, TK being one of the fastest drivers out there, it's not an easy challenge for him. And if you're just tuning in, this is week number 6 of the BRL Esports NASCAR Cup Series, and this is our Mayhem, bringing them from their live action here at Daytona International Speedway. As we are currently in stage number 2, TK took stage 1. He had a battle with Redneck so far in stage 2. In other events beforehand, Lucky Baseball came off to the side of the road after lap 1 and was gone for about 2 to 3 laps. Caught back on the track, got a lap back, but now he's got to try to get back in front of TK because he's trying to get back on the lead lap. And to do that, going into the next stage, he's going to need to somehow get in front of TK here. But those don't always forget either. He's also under 50% fuel. If he can survive another about 6-7 laps here, he'll be okay. TK in front of him. And, oh, TK gets really, really wide. That opens the door for Lucky. Now Lucky Baseball here, he's quick, he's consistent. TK can't make many mistakes like that, or he's gonna let Lucky get in front of him. We'll see if Lucky Baseball can make it around him. Pull up the race map and see where everybody is on the track right now. And we go through the field of drivers there, and you see Lucky Baseball putting a lot of work on TK. TK trying to fend him off, doesn't get a lap back. And Lucky squeezes through. Now he's only one lap down. What you want to see if you're Lucky. It's not what you want to see if you're TK, but the issue for Lucky is he's now down to 8% fuel. And unfortunately, he's going to be making a pit stop here within the next 2 laps. as we expected, Lucky now into the pits. We'll get on to the 4th place battle brewing up here as RLS Jr. starting to track down Dead Assassin for the 4th position. We'll see if he can catch up to him here and give him a challenge. Assassin getting a good run for the first section of the track. So, Junior takes the 4th position. That Assassin now dealing with Bartleskeet as well as Lucky Baseball, who's 2 laps down. Assassin letting Lucky on by there. Looks like a caution or the end of stage 2 has happened here. Not sure what exactly. I believe it's the end of stage 2. So TK will take the stage. They're letting Lucky Baseball get back on the lead lap. Not sure if an accident happened between Ultimate Fry and Young there, but definitely something happened. Baseball's just trying to catch up to the guys now. So Lucky being stopped? Very confused what's going on right now. Not really sure why Lucky Baseball is being forced to start behind and not get his lap back. So that's really confusing. Well, the question is, can anyone take down TK at this point? So the final stage will begin here. TK's dominated this race. Can your boy do anything good here at the line? Can he get a good jump? We'll find out here in a second. Redneck and Gino probably have the best opportunity to take down Taken, but they're going to need a good run this last segment, and we're green for the final stage of the race. Your boy gets off to a pretty good start there. And look at Redneck going to the inside. Your boy trying to hold on to third, and he does. It looks like Redneck's putting some pressure on TK here. The best thing that could happen here is that two cars get to caution, and that gives Lucky Boy his lap back. He is definitely one of the fastest cars on the track. The unfortunate circumstances at the beginning of the race, he's had a mountain to climb, but if there's more than 2 cars in an accident, Carson can come out, they'll get him his lap back, and the way that these packs are driving right now, it's very possible. And looks like caution has come out. And just like that, Adlerfer and Ultimate Fry have wrecked. This will give the 10th position Lucky Baseball back on the lead lap. So what a change of events. We're just talking about the caution. What could take place here. So pit stops have taken effect. I wonder if Lucky Baseball is going to take a pit stop here. If he takes a pit stop, it's going to be the best move he makes in this race. So probably make it the distance on fuel, give him an opportunity to win this race. And I know I've been kind of talking him up throughout this race, but he had the fastest lap in qualifying. He had a great first lap, and I really thought he could get away from TK. TK's dominated this race. Lucky Baseball has had to climb a mountain to get to where he's at, to get back on the lead lap. Take pit stop, catch up to the field right before the green, and do what you gotta do, and that is what he's doing right here. So he is currently in the pits, and we're gonna see it back on the track, leading the field to green. This time around it's gonna be TK. So we're gonna see if he makes it to the end of the field. But this is really shaped up to be a real barn burner here at Daytona. And I tell you what, Redneck was really putting a lot of pressure on TK there on that last restart. Gino was right there too in the mix. But right now, between those two, and I would say Lucky have the best chance of taking down TK, and TK's been very consistent throughout the beginning of this race and has been pretty consistent throughout the entire race. Redneck struggled early in the first stage. As the second stage progressed, he's gotten a lot better. And the final stage, he's put himself in a great opportunity to possibly win this race. He gave himself an opportunity at the end of last week, just didn't have enough of the car. So it's going to be really interesting. And we have no idea what the other guys could do. I mean, Dead Assassin seemed to have a pretty good car all race long. Barlow Skeek, Ultimate Fry, and Adlerfer's there. RLS Jr. looks like he has a strong car, but just doesn't have the speed to get to the front. And he's been better on the long runs than the short runs. So if he can get on a long run, he might have an opportunity to get to the front and possibly give these guys a challenge. He just got to be consistent at the start of this race, and that seems to be a really key factor the 2 weeks that we've been here. There's Lucky Baseball in the back right now, catching up to the field. Not sure what Adlerfer's doing right now. I think he spun out. Something. We got 14 laps to go here. Anything can still happen. Lucky climbed the mountain to get back on this lead lap. Got very fortunate in the last stage to have a caution. Here we go. Redneck Soldier, TK. Those two guys on the front line. Oh! And it's some type of mistake. Not a good start by Redneck as they go 3 wide across the triangle part of the track. On the inside is Gino. Side by side, Bartlesky goes to the inside as well. Here they go. Your boys gets way out of line as well. He drops back to 6th. And Bartlesky, something happened to Bartlesky right there. And he's now all squiggly over the track. And Gino put some pressure on TK. And Lucky Baseball has gone from last to 4th. Last to 4th on the restart. And this is what you want to see if you're Lucky Baseball right now. And while we have all this action going on, go up to the leaders here as Gino's been putting a little pressure on TK. He put a lot of pressure on him last week at Coda, giving himself an opportunity. Won stage 2 of last week's race. So we'll see what happens here if Gino can pull off a pretty good win here today. And you know he can do it. He's got the car, he's got the consistency. He just got to put it all together. And when it gels, it gels. So we're going to see if Gino can put some good laps in here as he can try to challenge TK. Redneck had a horrible start of the line. I have no idea if he spun the tires or just didn't get his foot on the gas right away, but the most beneficial driver out of that whole mess was Lucky Baseball. He went from 10th to 4th in 2 turns of the racetrack, so very fortunate for him. Dead Assassin back there in 5th, Adlerford in 6th. The biggest loser of the whole restart was Bartlesky. I mean, we saw Bartlesky, I believe he was 5th or 6th line. He dropped all the way down to the inside, got into the 3rd position. Something happened where he lost control of the car and he dropped all the way back to 10th. So very unfortunate for Bartlesky as this race starts to unfold late here in stage number 3. And Redneck starting to get to the backside of Gino. Gino losing ground on TK. Lucky Baseball not too far off from Redneck. 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers up to the front right now, putting it on. Dead Assassin was very unfortunate as well at the restart, not getting the type of run he wanted. He has a decent enough car to possibly challenge his guys. Now he's got to put together a perfect effort. He wants to get up to the front right now. And here comes Redneck getting loose, going off the kink there. Top 4 guys right now, really sticking it tight. And look at Bartlesky, that was your boy. He's so far back there right now. What if he pitted? No, so your boy had an incident too in the last couple of laps. Not what you want to see if you're him. Looks like Gino might be getting tracked down by Redneck again, and he is. Redneck's right there. Can Redneck get a dive into turn 1? He does. He gets into the grass just a little bit there. Gino gets a little, whoa, Gino goes way too high. Goes way wide. Redneck goes underneath him. Lucky Baseball goes underneath him. Gino losing 2 positions there in corner number 1. So Gino, we talked about the consistency of this driver in the number 46 Ford Pennzoil machine, and oh, but Redneck gets a little loose side by side with Lucky Baseball. Big tap, big touch. Gino right behind them as well, just trying to hang on and hope that something goes wrong between these 2 drivers. TK loving it, but now he knows that Lucky Baseball has moved up to the 2nd spot. Redneck letting him on by, but not giving up just yet. 2 through 4 right now, really putting on a show here late with 11 laps to go. Is 11 laps enough, though, for any of these 3 drivers to track down TK? I would say if the one guy that can do it is down his way to the 2nd right now, and he got to get going here. He's got to find some speed. He's got to get on that mission And if Redneck and Gino want to do anything, they're going to have to kind of work together right now instead of battling one another, because they know the two guys in the front have the best advantage of this race so far. I mean, qualifying has showed it, the beginning of the race stages have showed it. It's just one of those things you got to put your foot down, put your head down low. Don't let anything distract you. Don't let these guys fool you, and just do what you do best. I mean, that's all that matters. And if these guys can just do that and stay consistent with it, they can track down the two guys to the front right now. But Lucky Baseball is the one tracking down TK. TK not getting a good run on that last lap there with 10 laps to go now. Can Lucky Baseball pull off probably what I would consider an upset, just how this race has gone for him? If you're just tuning in, this is week number 6 of the BRL NASCAR Cup Series. I'm MSSR Mayhem, and I'm bringing you tonight's live action here at Daytona. It's been a really interesting race. Lucky Baseball was 3 laps down to start this race. After stage 1, he got 1 lap back. After stage 2, he got another. There was a caution in this third stage, which got him back on the lead lap. We had the restart. Lucky went from 10th to 4th, and now he finding himself a chance to possibly win this race. And TK, who's been so consistent throughout this race, realizes this is not what he wants to see, and Baseball is really starting to reel him in. And what a story would this be if Lucky can track TK down and win this race. Yes, Lucky had the fastest lap in qualifying. Yes, Lucky started on the pole. He was number 1 coming across the line on the first lap, but then had to pull off for some reason. If he can pull this off, and for after the mountain he's had to climb, I mean, it would be pretty impressive to see that happen. And the way that this, the stage racing has really helped with the situation that he was in. I don't think he would get back up to that front if it wasn't for the stages. So it's definitely made for an interesting race. The only driver that we're missing from this field tonight is Ring, having a lot of connection issues getting into the race, and then before the race has begun, lagged out at the start. So last week's winner couldn't stay with us tonight. We might see a new winner here tonight if TK can hold on. And look at that, Gino and Redneck side by side. Redneck getting a little bit too high. It looks like they touched, but on my screen, look at this. Redneck goes to the inside now. A little crossover, and we lost the driver. I believe we lost the driver. The Ultimate Fry has lagged out of this race. 9 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, and these two guys battling for the 3rd and 4th position. Oh my gosh, they touch! And a caution should be coming out. 2 cars collide. Redneck and Gino. And we saw last week in the 3rd stage of the race that Gino got struck somewhat a little aggressive, but not a whole lot. Just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And last week it was TK, and this week it was Redneck. So very unfortunate to see what happened there between those two drivers. And that should bring out the caution here. I believe so. And Dead Assassin has moved up to the 3rd spot because of that. And TK has pulled off to the side, and so has Lucky Baseball. So this is the guy to watch for now. This is what Lucky Baseball wanted to see. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more crazy written up story than this. TK should be the leader though starting off the line. He's parked his car into the concrete area. Gino and Redneck should both be sent to the back of the field, I would assume, because they were the 2 involved in the accident. And they have been. And TK has TK lagged out? Not sure. No, TK is still in. And TK has left the race. Wow. You can't draw this stuff up, people. You just can't. So, Dead Assassin in the best position he's possibly been in all race long, has now found an opportunity here to possibly win this race. Here we go. Green is out. We're back racing. And Dead Assassin had a horrible start at the line. And it's been an off day for him, I'm sure. And Lucky Baseball is getting out to the front here as EGC is currently battling with Dead Assassin for second. And caution is back out on the racetrack. So it looks like we're going to have to move another restart again here. Alright, so we're going to get going here in a minute. Alright, so here we go. 7 laps to go. 1 winner, 1 champion, and Dead Assassin jumps the start line. It looks like. I'm not positive, but unless that they got it correctly at the line, I'm not sure. And Assassin has dropped back some positions. Adler trying to hold on to the 4th position right now. Redneck goes to the inside of Gino. Gino losing a little ground on Redneck there on the first restarting lap. Gino and Redneck still battling it out here for second. Side of Redneck there, so just trying to hang on Redneck. They're really bumping and banging right now out there. Look at those two just banging and banging. Oh, and they connect! It's a very, very close call there. These two just won't let up on one another. Gino back in the second. But look who's right behind Gino now. Bartlesky making his appearance well known. Behind again, so RLS Jr. moved up to the 4th position now. Just go back and forth each and every lap. Gino outside, touching again. These two just won't stop beating and banging. These two are really racing hard. Who's gonna get what? Dead Assassin trying to track back down Junior, but Barlowski hasn't given up yet. Dead Assassin is really loose and almost misses the tire wall. Barlowski gets a nice run out of the bus stop, goes to the inside of Dead Assassin. He'll take the 5th position. Dead Assassin hasn't had the race he'd like to have probably today. Very inconsistent. He's been in the mix, but just hasn't been able to put it all together. Not giving up on it yet. 3 laps left in this race. Like Dead Assassin is going to get a little bit of a gap on Bartle. Two laps left in this race, and it's been really interesting for sure. Barlowski has lost a lot of ground. Not sure why. Battle for second still going on. You can look in front of them, and Lucky Baseball is checked out. RLS Jr.'s caught up to these two. He's putting himself in a position to get a top 3 finish. Not only that, possibly a post-race interview after this race. We talked to all 3 top drivers. Look at the bump and the bang, and these two still going on. So Gino working again on Redneck as they've flopped once again. Gino goes to the inside. Getting a nice decent exit off the corner, but not enough as they go into the bus stop. And, Redneck going off the track again. Giving Gino a nice run, making him go to the outside. Can Gino put this together, though? RLS Jr. looks like he lost a little bit of ground on that last lap. One to go. Gino trying to get around Redneck still. And Redneck was way wide, giving Gino the opportunity to go back to the inside. They touch again. You bring up the race map, you see how far they're back behind the leader right now. Gino in the better position this time. I think they're going to try it. Really hard place to go too wide. Redneck knew he had to back off just a little bit there. Getting loose off of exit. Gino gets a nice big run out of that bus stop. Taking advantage of Redneck's mistake. Does LSR Jr. get close enough to possibly challenge Redneck here? The white flag has come out. Lucky Baseball climbed one heck of a mountain. If he can hold on to the car and not make any big mistakes here in the final lap, he will be your winner. So Lucky Baseball, only half part of the track to go here. He started on the pole, had some issues early on. There's 3 laps down in this race at one point. Stage racing got him a lap back each time. Then on the restart of the final stage, there was an accident, getting him back on the lead lap. From restart, went from 10th to 4th in 2 to 3 turns. TK, who's won the first 2 stages race, for some reason had to leave. Ring, last week's winner, couldn't make the race, and Lucky Baseball will win week number 6 here at Daytona. Redneck somehow got in front of Gino on this last lap. Gino to the inside of him. Can Gino make a run? He won't be able to. Redneck second, third, Gino fourth. RLS Jr. Fifth will be Dead Assassin. Sixth will be EGC Adlifer. And it looks like, and I forgot they used only 30 seconds there. But all right, so we're gonna bring the top 3 drivers in for post-race interviews here really shortly. And what a race it was for Lucky. So we're gonna bring these guys in real quickly here, get some post-race interviews with them. And that'll be the show for tonight, once we complete our interview process. So just hanging tight while we bring in the top 3 drivers of the race, and we'll get a post-race interview with all 3 of them momentarily here, as Gino and Lucky have arrived. We're just ready for Redneck right now, and Gino having issues like he was last week, so we'll try to get back in here, get him involved. Let's see if we get back in here real quick. For everyone else who just joined the party, please check off the party audio box in the party chat right now. That way you can be heard by everybody else. So right now we are just waiting on Gino to get back in here with us. Hopefully he can get involved. But we're going to start without him. So Gino doesn't have a mic, so we're not going to get him involved here tonight. So we're going to go to 3rd place finisher Redneck. Redneck, we were with you here last week. You finished top 3, and I have a similar story. You struggled though early in the race. I mean, stage 1 was really rough for you. It was not. It seemed like a stage that you couldn't find any rhythm. You were starting to fall back as the race progressed. Stage 2, you found a little bit of a beat, kept up where you needed to be, and then the last lap there, you and Gino duking it out again for the 2nd week in a row. And just take us through that. I mean, it seems to be like you two have this little mini rivalry that constantly goes on since I've been here. And I got to ask you, what was going through your mind there for the last 6, 7, 8 laps?
I don't know if it was actually showing, but on the end of the race, I actually did get 2nd. I know it popped up on the leaderboards. I got 3rd, but I was in front of him. But Yeah, we really struggled. I really struggled through the first two stages. I just couldn't get the car to stick through a couple of turns. And yeah, me and Gino, we were fighting it out once again. We both just kind of drive the same. So we always tend to find each other on track. But yeah, it's always a good fight when me and Gino get together, and just really excited to be able to do it again. And hats off to Gino. He fights hard.
And it was really, really, really a battle between you and Gino at the end. And I gotta tell you, I know TK wasn't able to finish a race. Not sure what happened to him, but I gotta ask you there. TK dominated the first two stages. Lucky had issues early on. Was 3 laps down. Had to kind of fight his way back up to the field. The last restart of the race, before the first caution they gave, I should say the restart of the final stage. You guys knew that Lucky had a really dominant car from qualifying. We knew he had the speed, and as the race progressed, it was there. But getting him back in the lead lap, that was the concern for, I believe, a few of the drivers, especially TK. TK dominated this race. So go only imagine how that battle would have played out. But you and Gino, I'm just thinking, if you guys could have worked together a little bit more, could you have given yourselves a chance to challenge TK as the race progressed before the incident, and then there at the end with Lucky?
Yeah, we had planned it out to try and work to catch up back up to TK. Unfortunately, we got tangled up through the little S turns right there, coming off the first turn, so that kind of threw us off there. And TK, yeah, he ran off. He had some issues he had to go take care of. I felt like he had a strong car. We had a plan to work together, try and pull away from everybody else when we were running 1-2. Yeah, Lucky he had a really fast car, me and Gino couldn't get it worked out, our plan in place in order to catch back up to him, and it's just the way racing goes sometimes.
Well, Redneck, congratulations, 2 weeks in a row. Of course, this is only my second week being with you guys. I know this is week number 6, but back-to-back weeks, top 3, making the commentary booth, and not only that, getting yourself in the top 3. Well, I got to ask you a question, though, before I let you get out of here. How important are these stage points? I'm assuming you guys get points for stage racing, and I know the first couple stages are very short. How important are those stages?
I don't know that we really get points. I think the founders were actually talking about adding like an extra point or something on if you win the stage. Really, stages are just to kind of do more like the simulation to make it more like real NASCAR and throw a wrench into the racing and make it a little bit more interesting.
Well, let me ask you this then. When the points come into play, and I think it would be definitely beneficial for the league itself, how important do you think that would end up being going forward?
I definitely feel like it would make everybody race a little bit harder, try and get the win, get those extra points for their team and for themselves as well.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations on a top 3 finish here today at Daytona. Gino says he's going to try to make the commentary. He says he's working on fixing his mic right now, so if we can get him in here, great. If not, then we'll have to try to talk to him again another time. But right now we're going to go to the winner of the race, and Lucky, congratulations on a win here today. I believe you had a win earlier this season, am I correct?
Yes, that's the number.
So this is your second win of the season. Qualifying showed you had the car dialed in, got the pole position. Lap 1, you were very, very solid. You and TK seemed to be like, oh, we're going to see a battle between these two guys all the race long. And then all of a sudden, something twists there. You can get to that in a little bit, but fell down 3 laps, got back on the track. He started to make a little bit of a movement. Then the first, stage ended, you got a lap back. Second stage ended, you got a lap back. That third stage, you were still a lap down. And as a driver, you're probably hoping, like, man, I hope the caution comes out. And I'm sure that was the biggest break for you in the beginning of the stage. And then you went from 10th to 4th within the first 2 to 3 turns there on the next restart after you got back on the lead lap, and then getting to TK, who didn't get to be able to finish this race. How much of a mountain was this for you to climb today?
Yeah, with the issues that we had at the beginning, it, it was a big struggle to get those laps back. I didn't expect caution to come out in stage 3 because we didn't have any cautions in stage 1 and 2. But yeah, the car felt really good. Tires stuck when we got a little few laps on them. But yeah, it was fortunate to be in the right places at the right time, not to get tangled up in any wrecks or anything like that. But yeah, it was unfortunate for TK to get out early in the race. I think we would have had a good fight to the last lap, but yeah.
And this is the second week in a row. Like I said, I've been here for only 2 weeks now that I've seen TK, and TK last week was definitely the guy to beat. He got involved in an accident with Gino last week, which pretty much threw him out of the chance to win late in that race at Coda. This week, obviously not being able to finish the race, only could tell what could have happened with him. If TK didn't have to leave, and I mean, I'm sure in the back of his mind, he didn't want to see you as much as you were trying to get to him, but you think that would have been a battle for the age? I personally think you had the car to beat today. I think it was definitely you definitely had a strong car. TK definitely had a fast, consistent car. Just take me through what you think could have happened there, and how does this win feel for you today after battling all the stuff you had to go through?
So the win does feel great, but near the end it kind of got boring running single car out up in the front. But with the amount of experience that I've had with TK, the few years that we've been racing, it would have been good to stay side by side as much as Gino and Redneck did for those last few laps.
And I'm not sure how much league racing you get involved. I also have my own organization at MEA and all these other organizers around the world who do this stuff, not only for Forza but Formula One, project cars, Gran Turismo, and so on. As a driver and being competitive, skill set, obviously plays a big factor. How much experience, how fast you are. But tell all the people, that is watching now or possibly going to be watching later on down the road when you guys get this back up, when they get it up on the YouTube channel, how important it is to get involved in league racing, no matter what the skill set is when you're trying to improve as a driver.
So the advantages of getting into league racing is meeting new people, getting faster, getting tips, getting more experience about driving with people at your skill level, and then just finding the right groove for you. Some tracks with some certain combination of cars will be better for you, but yeah, it's just up for you to choose. For me, I chose NASCAR because that's pretty much my top priority right now.
And like you said, it's definitely beneficial. There's a lot of things that benefit from getting involved in the community and other things like that. But congratulations on the win here today. It looks like Gino is gonna make the last second, just on time. Gino,
Yeah.
Gino, you there?
Yep,
And
I'm
Gino,
here.
make sure
Sorry
you
it took me
check
a
off
bit.
your party. No problem. Check off the party audio box in the party chat, please, so everyone can hear you. But Lucky, congratulations on the win here today. It was very, very well deserved after a lot of complications early on. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And going to Gino now. Gino finishing second in this race. According to the game. I believe Redneck, you did finish in front of him, didn't you, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
sir, I
did.
did.
The game just
Okay,
screwed
so
up.
yeah, so apologize to everybody. Actually, Gino finished third, Redneck finishing second, but going to Gino, who finished third. Gino, and we're so glad to have you in the commentary booth before we get out of here. Another hard week for you. I think this week was more of a challenge for you than last week. Last week it seemed like you had a lot of consistency that really benefited you to be in the right spot for the right chances to win last week. This week you had to work a little bit harder. The consistency was there, but it wasn't like it seemed, and it seemed like at times you struggled, and then at times you looked great. And then with the last 10 or so laps, I mean, you and Redneck duked it out once again, and a similar story compared to last week, but definitely a hard-earned race today for
Oh
you.
yeah, Oakland.
Oh no, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, it definitely was a hard battle between Redneck and I. He was just right on my tailpipe, and I was on his with trade positions. Um, I think the main problem why I was losing consistent losing pace was because like turn one is going down, and with these cars you gotta brake straight. You cannot brake turning. and I would just overshoot because I'll be focusing on another car. But it was a good race, a bit of bumping, but Rubbin's racing, so nothing too major. And that one time where I got him around and like turn two, did that little S part, uh, wasn't my intention to. I thought I could stick it up the inside, but he didn't see me. He just came down the track and hooked him a bit. And yeah, it was a good race. I'm happy to be in the podium again. Happy to battle with Redneck once more.
Well, nonetheless, Gino, and we're glad that you were able to get your mic fixed so we can hear from you before the race, after the race. But uh, take us through the moments with you and trying to track down TK. I mean, TK won the first two stages. Definitely was one of the guys to beat here tonight. What was so difficult trying to stay with TK tonight, along with having to battle everybody else in the midst of all that?
Uh, well, TK's a really fast driver. I'll give him that. He's way faster than me. And main goal was just to get through turn one without getting tapped because everybody's getting squeezed and I was just trying to keep with either TK or whoever's in front of me. But I knew after like stage one and halfway through stage two, I knew I could not catch TK or Lucky Baseball. So I just focused on just looking for them and just following their lines, trying to keep pace with them so I can not fall back to the entire pack behind me. But it was a really good race, and yeah, he was way faster than me.
Nonetheless, you ran a great race tonight. Congratulations on a top three finish. And to everybody that was watching here tonight, once again, Lucky Baseball takes the win here, week number 6. Redneck takes second. Third would be Gino. Fourth would be RLS Jr., who seemed to have a really, really good car late, especially on the long runs of these stages tonight. Excuse me, Dead Assassin finishing 5th, who seemed to have one of the other strongest cars out there, couldn't get it all together. Kind of a struggling night for him. Adler first, taking the 6th spot. Was there, he had opportunities, but struggled late, which dropped him down a couple positions in the last stage, but finishing top 6 there. Bartle, another one that we thought could have had a nice little run there late today. We saw him make some big runs early on, but mistakes have costed him 2 weeks in a row. So hopefully he'll get it together next week. Finishing in 8th will be your boy, 9th TK after dominating the first half of the race. Finishing in 9th, Ring, Ultimate Cry actually finishes in front of Ring. I believe he lagged out. I'm not positive on that. And Ring, who couldn't keep his connection, lagged out for the first lap of the race. So that'll be your top 11 here tonight. I'm SSR Mayhem. Thank you all for watching as week number 7. Same time, same place. We'll see you all next Sunday here at BRL Esports NASCAR Cup Series.